Hey there, Elder Statesman, back here again, and this is our new feature. It's called the Deck of the Week. So I was kind of getting tired of banging my head against the wall in Best of One ladder. It seems like you just keep playing the same decks over and over again. And so I decided I was going to do some Best of 3, but I wanted to take the time to practice with the deck, kind of learn how to sideboard and stuff. So I basically, what I did was I picked Temur Reclamation. All week, I've just played this deck in the Best of 3 ladder, kind of practicing, learning how to sideboard and stuff. And that's going to be, at least for a little while, the plan going forward, is just each week pick a new deck to focus on, try to learn the ins and outs, see how good it is, and then show you some gameplay with it. What this deck is trying to do is it's trying to do a combo kill with Explosion. With the Wilderness Reclamation, if you get a couple of those into play, you tap all your land, you untap it in the end step, you tap them all again, you untap it, tap them all again, cast a big explosion. You generally have to do 2. The first one does a fair amount of damage and draws you into enough cards to get you to the second explosion, which then finishes them off. So if you've basically, you need 3 cards for the combo. A combination of Niv-Mizzet, Expansion, and Wilderness Reclamation. So if you have 2 Wilderness Reclamations, you need 8 lands. You'd be able to generate 24 mana in your end step, which allows you to cast a 20-point explosion to win the game. If you have 1 Wilderness Reclamation and 2 explosions, you can do it with 7 land. The first one, for 14 mana, does 10 damage. The next one does 10 damage. The other way is with Niv-Mizzet. If you have the Wilderness Reclamation, I was trying to figure out what the amount was you'd need. I want to say it's like 8 lands where you can play Niv-Mizzet. You use the 2 lands left over in the next 8 to 10 to cast a 6-point explosion, which you draw a card for casting that spell, which deals a damage. You deal 6, and then you draw 6 cards. So I guess you'd need 9 mana, 9 lands for that to make it work. But that's basically what you're trying to do. The rest of the stuff is designed to get land into play as quickly as possible. You've got the growth spirals to try to get your land into play, because, like I said, you got to get 7 or 8 mana. You've got some counter spells to slow the opponent down. You've got some Shivan Fires and Fiery Cannonades to deal with the small aggro decks. Although Shivan Fire also does work well with Izzet Phoenix decks, because you can deal 4 damage that way. The search for Azcanta is really nice. If you can flip it, you can use it multiple times with the Wilderness Reclamation. That usually can set up the turn where you can win the game. Also, just a turn 4 Wilderness Reclamation, and then during end step, cast Chemister Insight will help set up. As far as the sideboard, you've got some extra Fiery Cannonades for the aggro matchup. You've got some Negates to fight through counter magic. Crushing Canopy is nice. It works in the mirror match. It's also really good against the mono blue tempo decks, because it can either kill the flyer or kill the Curious Obsession. You also have Entrancing Melody for the same thing. You can steal one of their cheap creatures, especially if it's got a Curious Obsession on it. This is also, the Entrancing Melody is also good against Hydrate Krasis, because it only has a casting cost of 2, so they cast a Krasis for 4 mana, you steal it. And you've got a little bit of a transformation sideboard here. You've got some creatures you can bring in. If it's a deck that doesn't run a lot of creature removal, or if maybe they take out their creature removal, you can suddenly sideboard into that and give them trouble that way. Gift of Paradise, a little extra acceleration and life gain against the aggro decks, because sometimes you need that. You can't afford to wait to draw into 7 or 8 lands to get them into play. Sideboarding is really tricky. The actual playing the deck can be really tricky. You've got to tap a lot of lands manually, so you run the risk of timing out. So you've got to be good at doing math in your head quickly while you're doing this. And you also run the problem that when you finally do get the explosion off and you draw a lot of cards, you a lot of times don't have the opportunity to pick and choose which card you're going to discard. If you time out, it just discards the last whatever card you drew. So you only get to keep what's in the left side of your hand. But when it works, it's fun. It just doesn't work all the time. As Luis Scott Vargas said, if you're trying to choose deck to play, this is the deck to choose. If you're the type of person that you only win 40% of the games, but those games when you win, you feel really clever. If that works for you, then this is the deck to play. Anyways, we're going to do a couple matches here, just so you can kind of see it in action. Alright, I will play first. See, it's hands like this I'm really not sure, because I hit all my lands, I get the Wilderness Reclamation. If I draw into almost anything, this could be a really good hand. And I'm tempted just to keep it and see, and just cross my fingers my opponent isn't playing an aggro deck. Even if they are playing an aggro deck, you only can win if you get an early Wilderness Reclamation or two. Is the only chance, because you usually don't have time to cast 2 explosions. You can only cast 1. Here we're going to go Stomping Ground. So what I'd really like to see is maybe like a... Oh, now I can't think of the name of the card. The one for a blue and a green that lets you play a land out of your hand. We'll get to tap one. The rest of my lands are untapped. That one would have been nice to accelerate so I could get a turn 3 Reclamation. Now with this, I'm worried about discard. Gotta hope I can get this in under counter magic. I'm a little unsure with the red. This could be a Grixis build. It could be a Drake's deck that just has the black to trigger the discovery. I feel like he's got a counterspell here. I'm just going to pass. Got the expansion explosion, that's pretty good. Yeah, this does feel like a Drake's deck. Okay, Shivan Fire's nice. I'm gonna just give it a try. We'll see if it gets through the counter magic. If not, he might take the opportunity to play some stuff next turn, which will allow me to get this other Reclamation into play. Ooh, okay. Well, that's nice. Okay. I'm going to let him draw. I'm going to try to kill with the Shivan Fire, but I actually wouldn't mind if he counters it, because I want to tap him out so I can use my explosion. So if he throws a Negate or a Syncopate at me... Nope, okay. Okay, here we're going to play the Reclamation first. See if he negates that. Nope. Azcanta. Does he negate that? Nope. Okay. Okay, so you have to put a stop here if you want to respond to these. So man, if he doesn't have a negate, this is the opportunity to use an explosion. I gotta take a chance. So that's one. Two, three, four. There's my casting cost. So then my X is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to do 9 because you could have Spell Pierce. So X equal to 9. Nice, didn't have a negate. Alright, well now I'm in really good shape here. I'm going to Growth Spiral out a land. And then I need to discard 2 cards, so I'm going to get rid of these 2 lands that come into play. Oh, I've got a Growth Spiral. I'm going to get rid of the Wilderness Reclamation and the land. I can Growth Spiral this one into play, tapped. So now I just need to draw into another expansion explosion. Okay, 2 arc lights. Do I want that? I think I want to graveyard that. So I can flip the Azcanta. Nope. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I've got a Syncopate. So I need to do this for 11. Which means I should be able to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah. Not that. See if I can draw into another counter spell. Growth Spiral. Okay. Put a stop. And we're going to go for it end of turn here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11. Then you wait and let the other one resolve so that you've got all your mana untapped and you can counterspell. Alright. So, what can we do here? The Cannonade is nice because it can take out the the Phoenixes after they've come into play before they get to attack you. The Shivan Fires are decent still because they can take out the Goblins or the... What am I thinking of? The Goblins or the Drakes. And I know Niv-Mizzet is really strong against them. He's going to have some counter magic. I need to get rid of 3 cards. This is always the tough part, is what cards to get rid of. I think I can get rid... Because I've got Niv-Mizzet, I can get rid of a Wilderness Reclamation. And... kind of want to keep an Expansion Explosion. Maybe... a Growth Spiral. Or I'll get rid of a Chemister's Insight. We'll get rid of 2 of those. Okay. There we go. So the main thing is just to buy time. They're going to have explosive turns where they get out a ton of Drakes. And that Sweeper spell kind of works like a fog. Oh, my opponent does go first, but without any red mana to cast these. I mean, I've got 2 in my combo, but basically I'm not doing anything unless I get a red mana. I'm going to mulligan. Okay, that's a lot better. I have stuff I can do. Oh, I did not mean to press that button. I had such a good 6-card hand, and I ruined it. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to keep that because I'm going to need the card drawing to get back into this game. So I'm going to have to rely on turn 2 Syncopate, turn 3 Syncopate. So we'll play the Steam Vents and the Rootbound Crag, and that'll let us Syncopate for 1 next turn. Oops, pass. Oh, I hate when I misclick like that. So we've got Syncopate if he does something. Oh, he's stuck on a land. Otherwise, we can Growth Spiral. Nice. Get Stomping Ground into play. There's the Cannonade. Okay, now I got the Chemister's Insight. I still have the Syncopate open. This seems worthwhile. Because he desperately needs land. Okay. Okay. Well, land is not what I wanted to see. I do need the blue mana. I was going to pitch the Stomping Ground to the Chemister's Insight next turn. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd like to get another land into play at least so I can do the Syncopate. So we'll get the Search into play. And then we'll pass. Okay, he's got one in the graveyard. And my turn, okay. Do I want to opt? Or wait till I've got the Niv-Mizzet? I think I want to hold that. Wait, 3, 4. No, I'll wait. Graveyard that. Okay, I can play the Niv-Mizzet and opt. He's going to be able to kill this. He doesn't have any instants in the graveyard, so the main way he can kill it is the burn spell that deals 1 damage for every sorcerer or whatever, so it's going to take multiple cards. So I'm just going to go for it here. And I will opt at the end of his turn. And we'll see. I don't think he has any way to kill it. Nice. Alright. There we go. I think this is part of the reason why this deck has become popular lately, is it does pretty good against the Drakes deck, which is common. I say Drakes, but it's the version with the Arclight Phoenixes. Alright, we'll do another match here. One land, that is a mulligan. I'll keep. Let's see. I'll keep it just because if I get a land, I can play that on turn 4. Then I can play the Chemister's Insights, and it sees I just oh wait, he didn't play creature. That's good. This is not a great hand against mono red, if that's what I'm playing against. I'm not. Is it Drakes? It's Drakes. Okay. Still not the best hand against them right now. Good. That's a good card against them. I got Sabotage open. Okay. Do I want to... I kind of want to counter that just so we can't dump some Drakes in the graveyard. Or dump a Drake in the graveyard. Do I want the second Reclamation? I kind of just need regular lands to get the Niv-Mizzet into play, so we're going to skip that. Yeah, if he didn't attack first, he wanted to dump something in the graveyard. Okay, don't get countered. Nice. Alright. Nothing I can do about that. I do need a red mana. I'd prefer to save the Sinister Sabotage to protect the Niv-Mizzet. Okay, that might be game. Okay, let's get... Yes, Shivan Fire. Alright, that'll save me some damage here. Nice. Alright, so this is going to be close, but Shivan Fire can stop the Arclight Phoenix. There we go. And the ping from the Shivan Fire will take out the Electromancer. Do I want the lands? I have plenty of lands. Alright. Can I draw enough cards? Deal enough damage here. Yes, I want that. That's the game winner right there. Oh! I hate when I do that. So you have to put the stop on there. Okay, so... I still might be able to do this. What's the best way? If I do this, that's 3... It's got to be the explosion. I'm gonna be one short, aren't I? One short. Oh, he conceded anyways. See, that's a good reason why you never concede, because I didn't have a way to kill him in my hand, even though I drew all those cards. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing we did before. We're going to go with the Fiery Cannonades, and we're going to go with the Niv-Mizzet. We're going to take out a Wilderness Reclamation and 2 Chemister's Insights. I will keep this because with the Growth Spiral, I've got a turn 3 Wilderness Reclamation. And I've got a little bit of early interaction. Taking out an early Goblin Electromancer can be pretty strong in this matchup. Let's see here. Intercept. Gotta do it this way. I'm gonna do this during his upkeep. No, I'll do it at the end of his turn. Might have a counterspell for it, but that's okay. If he's using a counterspell on that, I'm okay. Let's see here. We want to get one of these tapped ones into play while we don't need the mana. So this is the card we would pitch for the Chemister's Insight since it doesn't come into play untapped. Oh, that's really good. Let me Okay, we've got a Fiery Cannonade for that. Sinister Sabotage, so I want to just kill this with a Shivan Fire. That's going to be trouble. I need to get into a win condition quickly here. Okay, so I can't counter that. I'm going to Chemister's Insight. Okay, so make sure to put the stop. We're gonna expansion explosion that Niv-Mizzet, and then set myself up for a the next couple turns. Draw a bunch of extra cards. Let's see here. If I do the Wilderness Reclamation, I get that into play. Okay. Red, blue. Resolve. Red. Blue. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do this for 7. That way I have Sinister Sabotage mana open or Fiery Cannonade mana open. One, 2, 3. I'll get rid of the gross spiral. 4. Okay.
Time to choose.
So I'm not going to stop this yet because I actually kind of want him to play a bunch of spells and get the Art-like Phoenixes into play, and then Fiery Cannonade and kill them all. And just hope he doesn't have... Oh, okay. You run out of spells to play? Because in that case, I'm going to Shivan Fire. Put that at the bottom. I have a land to play next turn already. Nice. Okay, can I win? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18. I leave 3 mana for Sinister Sabotage. That's... oh wait, 7. 7, 14, 21. I don't have enough to kill him yet. But I can still do a lot. So I'm going to do that and leave 3 mana open for a Fiery Cannonade. Three, 4, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh! This is the hardest thing about playing this deck, is getting all these lands tapped.
For every action, there's a reaction, and you are not going to take this.
What does this do? 4 damage to any target, you draw 2 cards. Ugh. But I kind of want him to use his man up. Yeah, I'm probably dead here. I might have had a chance if I'd been able to get this spell off, but I timed out. Okay. Okay, we're going to keep it the same as it is. Now these 3 are kind of dead spells early on in the game, so I'm gonna mulligan. I'm gonna give this a chance because I can scry. If I get a land on top, perfect. I maybe should have opted. Paid the 2 life and opted, so I could have ensured I get an extra land off the growth spiral. Nope. Okay. Okay, I've got the Niv-Mizzet. Now I just want to try to draw land. Oh, I definitely want to do this before combat so I can play the land if I draw it. Done? Yep. Yep, if I'd have played the breeding pool untapped and opted on turn 1, I could have gotten the land into play with the growth spiral. That's not what I wanted to see. Oh, nice. That'll exile it. That's nice. So that gives him, what, 1 in the graveyard? Okay, give me a land so I can play the Niv-Mizzet. I have 3 red, I have 4 blue, so I just need any land. Oh, Spell Pierce, darn it. It's okay. That is any land. It's a little vulnerable right now, but this is my best chance to win. I have to go for it while I can't counter it. Or I mean, while he doesn't have mana to just flat out kill it. And hope he doesn't have Beacon Bolt. Okay, so if I don't play this, he's going to hit me for at least 6 and drop me to 8. Which makes the Rekindling Phoenix lethal. If I drop the Niv-Mizzet, it forces him to play Beacon Bolt. Maybe he can't at the end of play, and maybe I draw into something. It's not a great play, but not much I can do. Yep. Well, Expansion Explosion helps. Well, I gotta do this. This is my only... well, is it my only shot? Well, it's my best shot. I mean, I could double cast Fiery Cannonade, which would stop the Arclight. But then what do I got? Basically, I need this to go through so I can draw some cards. Because if he can counter this, he can counter one of the Cannonades, and I still get hit with the Drake. Yep, he had me. I don't know what he's doing. He's got the kill on board. We're just going to concede so we can't get the attack in. Anyways, there's the deck. You can see the problems it has. In real life, it'd be a little bit better, but the running out of time on tapping the mana really sucks, and you really need to try to get as many turns in a row where your timer doesn't start to go down. Like, play your turns quickly so you can build up those timeouts. I possibly could have won that second game if I'd have had enough time to actually cast that Expansion Explosion. So... but anyways, that's the deck. If you like this type of video, comment down below. Like and subscribe as well, please, so I can grow the channel. But let me know what you thought about the deck. Let me know if there's a deck you'd like to see me do for next week. Starting tomorrow, I'll start playing a different deck, work through as many games as I can with the sideboard and learn how to sideboard through it. This deck is under 50% win rate for me. Part of that's a learning curve, and part of it is, you know, timing out when trying to cast Expansion Explosions, but I think I'm like, I don't know, like 40% win rate, 45% win rate. So you just need the right metagame to make this deck work. Anyways, I will be back on Friday with another Guilds of Ravnica draft, or Ravnica Legions draft, sorry. So I will see you then.